Hello, my budgeting friends. How are you doing today? Welcome back to Managing Mona's Moolah, or welcome if you're new. I'm very happy to have you here. This channel is all about budgeting monthly, my paychecks every 2 weeks. I do cash stuffing, my savings challenges, and my cash envelopes, and I also document my mortgage payoff journey. I'd like to pay my mortgage off early so I can retire early. So those are my goals. I welcome you to join my channel if any of those topics interest you. Today I have a budget I have to prepare for the next 2 weeks. This is my first paycheck of the calendar year, 2024. Get ready, here we go, right? I hope all of you are having a wonderful new year so far. I am battling a cold, so if my voice is off, that is why. Okay? So I am using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. And I would like to share this is my financial plan goal worksheet in the workbook. It's the first one that I filled out, and I would like to share it with all of you. So this financial plan goal worksheet allows us to reflect on our short-term goals. Those are to be accomplished within 1 year. And I have written down 3. Some of them are associated with finances and 2 of them are not. My first goal, short-term goal, is to stucco my home in October of 2024. That's going to be about $17,000. So that's my primary goal, that when I save money or I scoot it into my savings account, that's what it's for. These other 2 goals: exercise a minimum of 3 times per week. There's no cost to that, but I'd like to record all my goals in this spot to keep an eye on them month to month. And my third goal, upload 1 YouTube video at least once per week. These are my medium-term goals that I'd like to complete within the 5-year time frame. And I'm going to continue to save money. I don't have a dollar value in mind. I'm going to pay off my mortgage loan early. My goal is by December 2026. And finally, my long-term goal here within 10 to 15 years is to retire by December 2030. So now that I have completed my goals, this membership and subscriptions page is for your like Hulu or Netflix or Sam's or Costco. I don't have any right now to put down, so I'm going to leave this page blank for now. The sinking funds savings visual. I do have one written down here. This is for my car insurance. My goal is to save $50 a month, and that equates to $600 over the 12-month period of time. And even though it's slightly more than my actual car insurance bill, I'm going to save in case I need to replace wiper blades or things like that. So it's for car maintenance as well, okay? So here's more sinking funds visuals. So I am going to turn to January to get an idea what the calendar presents and what I need to plan for. This paycheck date is Friday, January 5. So these bills, the mortgage, the escrow payment, electricity, and home natural gas, were all paid with my December paycheck. Now I need to pay my water, my home security, my cell phone with this paycheck. So I need to plan that in to pay. My paycheck of January 19 will absorb that internet bill. All right, so now that I have an idea, I am going to turn to my very first January paycheck budget tracker. I have so many things here I need to remember and plan for. I hope I don't forget anything. All right, so here is my paycheck budget tracker. Now, I do normally go back to December and find out what my carryover is. I have checked everything off to mark that it has cleared my checking account. The buffer in my checking account, which is my cushion, is indeed $53.99. So that will be my carryover into this new pay period. Paycheck date. January 5, 2024. And this covers 1/5 through 1/18. Okay. So now that I have an idea of what my rollover is, this is my actual cushion, $53.99, and this is paycheck number 1. For January, I am a full-time salaried employee. This paycheck is my take-home pay, $2,473.01. Now this paycheck is after all my deductions. I have my health insurance, my dental insurance, I have my 401k contributions, I have giving contributions, I have a certain dollar value that is deposited into my savings account automatically. I don't need to budget that because that goes into my savings account. So this is after all those deductions are taken out. So that is all the planned income that I estimate at this time. So I'm going to add these together, $53.99 plus $24.73.01, and that gives me a total of $2,527 even. Wow, that hardly ever happens, right? There is 99 cents and a penny. Okay, that rarely happens for me. So here we go, $2,527. No pennies, no change. Okay, so here's where I'm going to start with my fixed expenses. So the first thing I'm going to plan for is an additional escrow payment. This is the second and final payment. So I am going to estimate this has no due date, but I am going to budget $125. This is because my insurance premiums on my home and my property taxes have gone up. And if I don't pay this extra into my escrow, they're going to take that shortage and divide it up into the next 12 months and then tack that onto my payment. So in order to just kind of stabilize my mortgage payment, I'm going to just pay extra into my escrow account and forget about it. All right. So the next item I'm going to plan for is my home security bill. And that is due on January 9. And that is $66.48. Let's see, I have my cell phone bill. That is due on the 13th. And my share of the bill is $63. And finally, I have my water, sewer, trash, recycling. It's all in one bill, so I just put etc. And that is due on the 9th as well. And that bill is $70.63. So I have my home escrow payment, $125. My home security bill, which is $66.48. I have my cell phone bill, which is $63. And my water trash bill is $70.63. And that total is $325.11. So that fixed expenses total $325.11, and I'm going to subtract that from my inflow total of $25.27. So that leaves a remainder of $201.89. I am going to bring that $201.89 to my variable expenses. So the first item is my allowance. This is my personal spending. This is my guilt-free spending. I work hard. I work full-time. It's not easy to get up every single day and dedicate your time to a full-time job. So when I reward myself with this money, it is guilt-free spending. I don't track it. I don't want to track it. I'm careful with it. But every paycheck, I give myself a little bonus in my wallet, and that is usually $100. The next is my groceries and fast food. We have to eat, right? And I budget $150 for my groceries and fast food over the next 2 weeks. I have some fur kids, my little critters, running around this house that are hungry from time to time, so I need to make sure to buy them food and treats and toys. I'm going to budget $50 this time. Next is my car juice. And this is my gas. And I do work from home, so I don't have a lot of travel time, windshield time, as they say. So I budget $25 a paycheck usually. Next, I have my miscellaneous. In case I miss something in my budget, at least I'll have $20 to fall back on in cash. And next, I have giving. I am budgeting $20 for that. I have $100 for my allowance. $150 for groceries and fast food. $50 for my fur kids, my pets. $25 for car juice or gas. $20 for miscellaneous and $20 for giving. That gives me a total for my variable expenses of $365. So what I'm going to do is take $2,201.89 and subtract my $365 for my variable expenses, and that gives me $1,836.89. I am going to bring this leftover of $1,836.89 to my sinking funds section. I have not visited this in over a month, so I'm very happy to start contributing to my sinking funds once again. So the first item is my car insurance. And I budget $50 a paycheck. Next, I have gifts. This is for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, or just because, and I am going to budget $50 for gifts. I have a birthday in February, another birthday in March that I'd like to get a little something from the recipient. And next is my health and beauty. This is for doctor copays, medicine that I might need, contributions to the gym, haircuts, hair appointments, nail appointments. A lot goes into that health and beauty. I am going to budget $50. So I have $150 in sinking funds. If there's any money left over in this gifts envelope at the end of the year, I tend to use that for Christmas as well. So I'm going to take $1,836.89 and subtract $150, and that leaves $1,686.89. which I have brought to my extra debt section. Now I am debt-free. The only debt that I carry is my mortgage. So I am going to pay extra to my mortgage principal to pay it down sooner. It was originally a 30-year loan. My goal is to pay it off in 11 years. So what I'm going to do is extra payment to mortgage principal. And if you caught my last mortgage update, I just uploaded that video a few days ago. You'll understand where I got this dollar value from of $421. So I'm going to subtract that, and that gives me $1,265.89. My extra debt total is $421. I'm going to bring down $1,265.89 to my favorite section. All right, so I am so happy that I get to reserve money for my savings challenges once again. Yay. So I have 2 savings challenges that I've been working on since April 2023. That is my Jar of Hearts and my Let It Bloom. So I am going to Jar of Hearts and Let It Bloom. So my Jar of Hearts is going to get $90 and my Let It Bloom is going to get $50. So between those two, I am going to budget $140. My 100 envelope savings challenge, which has been rather neglected during the month of December. I am back. I am going to reserve $200 for my 100 envelope savings challenge. I am going to transfer to my savings for that stucco job that I would like to have done in October. That was one of my goals I shared with you. So I have to transfer some to my savings account. And of course, I always leave a buffer cushion in my checking account. So let's do some calculations here. I have $1,265.89 minus 140 for my 2 savings challenges, minus 200 for my 100 envelope. So that leaves $925.89. I am going to transfer $825 to my savings account so that I can be one step closer to my goal for October 2024, and I'll have some money set aside to stucco this home. Now, this home was built in 1997. It needs a lot of maintenance. It needs a lot of attention. So when we buy a home, we always have to factor in that maintenance of a home. Maintenance is very important. We don't have a landlord to call, so we have to call upon ourselves and the money that we've saved to make sure we have that household running the way it's supposed to. So it's extremely important to realize that when you're saving for a down payment, that's really important. But you have to factor in the maintenance costs of a home, which is very, very pricey. I'm speaking only from experience that it's not just paying the mortgage, it's not just coming up with the down payment, it's saving for those maintenance costs as well, which is very pricey. Plumbing, your heating and cooling, your kitchen upgrades, your bathroom upgrades. In my case, the stucco work on the exterior of the house needs to be replaced and redone. Very, very expensive. So I am going to plan for $100.89 as my cushion buffer in my checking account in case a minor emergency occurs. I have a little bit of a slush fund in my checking account. I'm going to add these together. 140 plus 200 plus 825 plus $100.89. So my extra savings total will be $1,265.89. And if I subtract that from the leftover up here, I do indeed get a zero-based budget. So now that I've completed my budget, this box right here where it says total inflow, this is a prompt for me to check my math, okay? So what I'm going to do is take my total inflow, $2,527, subtract my fixed expenses of $325.11. I'm going to subtract my variable expenses of $365. I'm going to subtract my sinking funds of $150, extra to debt of $421, and my savings of $1,265.89. And that does indeed get me to a zero-based budget. Every dollar has a job. Every dollar has a place. I have a zero-based budget here. I'm very happy, very comfortable. I have my reoccurring bills taken care of, money in my wallet, extra to debt. So I'm very pleased with this budget. Let me know how your budgeting is going. Remember, at the end of January, I am going to come back and reconcile my 2 paychecks in January with my monthly budget to see how close I got to that monthly budget. So I've never done that before, so come on back and watch me struggle. All right, everyone, thank you so much once again. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.